Why does Shakira never seem to age? Imagine walking into a room after disappearing for 20 years and hearing the exact same reaction you heard decades ago. Wait, you haven't changed at all. Now imagine millions of people saying it. Every time a new photo of Shakira appears online, the internet seems to ask the same question. Is it the lighting? Is it genetics? Is it makeup? Or has she somehow discovered the secret that humanity has searched for since the beginning of time? Because here's the surprising part. Shakira has spent more than 3 decades in the spotlight. She has toured the world, recorded chart-topping albums, raised a family, endured public heartbreak, reinvented herself several times, and continued performing with the same energy that first made audiences fall in love with her. Yet, every time fans compare old photos with new ones, many are left doing a double take. How is it possible that someone who began performing as a child still carries the same youthful energy decades later? The answer isn't magic. It isn't a mysterious anti-aging formula, and it certainly isn't because time somehow forgot about her. The real story is far more fascinating. To understand why people believe Shakira never seems to age, we have to travel back to where it all began. Long before stadium tours, Grammy Awards, and global fame, there was a little girl growing up in Barranquilla, Colombia. Born on February 2, 1977, Shakira Isabel Mebarak Ripoll grew up in a multicultural household that blended Colombian and Lebanese heritage. Music wasn't simply something she enjoyed. It became part of who she was. She began writing poems as a young child, and before long, those poems turned into songs. Most children dream of becoming famous. Shakira acted on it. By the age of 13, she had signed her first record deal. Many people expected instant success. Instead, she faced disappointment. Her first 2 albums sold poorly. Record executives questioned whether she had what it took. For many young artists, that would have been the end. For Shakira, it became the beginning. Rather than giving up, she worked harder. She improved her songwriting. She refined her performances. She searched for a sound that truly represented her. That determination led to Pies Descalzos in 1995, an album that transformed her into one of Latin America's brightest stars. Suddenly, the world knew her name, but fame came with a price. Life in front of cameras means every wrinkle, every hairstyle, every outfit, and every expression becomes public conversation. Most celebrities struggle under that pressure. Yet Shakira appeared remarkably consistent through the years. Fans noticed something unusual, even when fashion changed, even when music trends evolved, even when entire generations of artists came and went, Shakira still looked unmistakably like Shakira. Of course, photographs can be misleading. Lighting changes, camera technology improves, makeup techniques evolve. Professional stylists understand how to create flattering appearances. But there is another reason people often overlook: movement. Shakira has built her career around dancing, not occasional dancing, constant dancing. Her performances demand extraordinary physical endurance. Anyone who has watched one of her concerts knows she rarely stands still. Every performance combines singing with intense choreography inspired by Latin dance, belly dancing, and other styles she has practiced for years. Exercise isn't something she squeezes into her schedule, it is her schedule. Years of regular physical activity help maintain muscle strength, posture, flexibility, and cardiovascular health. While exercise cannot stop aging, it can influence how energetic and vibrant someone appears. Then there's nutrition. Although Shakira has never claimed to follow a magical diet, she has spoken publicly about working with nutrition professionals during demanding tours. The goal wasn't simply looking good. It was having enough energy to perform night after night. That difference matters. Many people chase appearance alone. Professional performers must prioritize health because audiences can immediately recognize fatigue. And then there is sleep. It sounds almost boring compared to miracle creams and expensive treatments. Yet sleep remains one of the most powerful recovery tools available. The body repairs itself while we rest. Skin regenerates, muscles recover, hormones rebalance. No luxury product can replace that process. Stress also plays a surprisingly important role. Everyone experiences it, but chronic stress affects the body in visible ways. Throughout her career, Shakira has faced enormous pressure. She has balanced international tours, business responsibilities, motherhood, philanthropy, and global media attention. She has also endured deeply personal moments that became worldwide headlines. Instead of disappearing, she continued creating music. Many fans noticed something remarkable. She transformed painful experiences into songs. Rather than allowing difficult moments to define her, she turned them into creativity. That emotional resilience may not erase aging, but it can shape how someone carries themselves. Confidence has a way of changing the face. Smile lines earned through genuine happiness often look very different from expressions shaped by constant tension. Another factor often ignored is consistency. People search for dramatic transformations. Shakira rarely relied on dramatic changes. Throughout much of her career, she stayed recognizable. Her signature blonde hair became part of her identity. Her natural makeup style emphasized rather than concealed her features. Instead of chasing every beauty trend, she often remained faithful to what suited her. Ironically, consistency can create the illusion that someone hasn't aged. When someone's appearance changes gradually over decades rather than dramatically every few years, our brains perceive continuity instead of difference. But here's where psychology becomes even more interesting. Memory plays tricks on us. When people think about Shakira in the early 2000s, they often picture music videos, award shows, and magazine covers. Those images represented some of the best lighting, styling, photography, and editing available. Years later, modern images receive the same professional treatment. Our brains compare two polished versions rather than everyday reality. The result? The differences seem smaller than they actually are. Social media adds another layer. Every flattering photo spreads rapidly. Less flattering moments usually disappear. Over time, the internet creates an idealized visual history. This happens with many celebrities, not just Shakira. Still, none of those explanations fully answer one question. Why does she still radiate the same energy on stage? The answer may lie in passion. Watch interviews from decades apart. One thing remains strikingly consistent: her excitement when discussing music. Artists who genuinely love their craft often project enthusiasm that audiences associate with youth. Energy is contagious. People frequently confuse youthful enthusiasm with youthful appearance. Scientists have long observed that body language influences how old someone seems. Standing tall, moving confidently, laughing often, making expressive facial movements. These behaviors create impressions of vitality. Shakira has demonstrated those qualities throughout her career. There's also genetics. Some people naturally develop wrinkles later than others. Some maintain facial volume longer. Others inherit skin characteristics that age more slowly. No skincare routine can completely overcome genetics. Likewise, genetics alone cannot explain everything. Reality usually exists somewhere in the middle. Healthy habits build upon inherited advantages. One without the other rarely produces extraordinary results. Of course, celebrities also have access to professional skincare experts, dermatologists, fitness trainers, hairstylists, makeup artists, photographers, and lighting specialists. That's no secret, but access alone doesn't guarantee lasting results. Countless celebrities have the same resources. Not all inspire comments about appearing ageless. What separates Shakira is that people recognize something beyond appearance: authenticity. Despite global fame, she often comes across as approachable. She laughs easily. She jokes during interviews. She appears genuinely excited about performing. That authenticity creates emotional connection, and emotional connection changes perception. When we admire someone, we often notice their strengths more than their flaws. Psychologists call this the halo effect. Positive impressions in one area influence how we judge unrelated qualities. Someone we perceive as talented, kind, energetic, or charismatic may also seem more attractive or younger than objective measurements suggest. In other words, part of Shakira's agelessness exists not only on her face, but in the minds of her audience. That doesn't mean the admiration is fake, it means perception is powerful. As years passed, Shakira continued evolving musically. She embraced new sounds, collaborated with younger artists, experimented with fresh production styles. Many performers become frozen in one era. She refused. Each generation discovered her through different songs. Parents introduced her classics. Teenagers found her through viral hits. New audiences arrived without feeling they were listening to yesterday's star. Remaining culturally relevant has its own psychological effect. People associate relevance with youth. Someone creating today's biggest songs simply feels younger than someone remembered only through nostalgia. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson hidden inside this story. People spend enormous amounts of money trying to look younger, but looking younger isn't always about removing years. Sometimes it's about adding life, curiosity, purpose, movement, growth, creativity, connection. These qualities don't erase birthdays. They reshape how those birthdays are perceived. Eventually, everyone ages. That includes Shakira. If you compare high-resolution photographs taken decades apart, you'll notice subtle changes, just as you would with anyone else. The difference is that those changes never overshadowed the qualities people admired most. Her smile remained familiar. Her voice remained unmistakable. Her energy remained infectious. Her passion remained obvious. Those characteristics became stronger than the passage of time. So, does Shakira actually never age? No, she ages like every human being, but she demonstrates something even more inspiring. Growing older doesn't have to mean becoming less vibrant. It doesn't have to mean losing curiosity. It doesn't have to mean giving up the passions that once made life exciting. Maybe that's why millions continue asking the same question every time they see her. They're not really asking about wrinkles. They're asking how someone can continue shining with the same spirit after decades in one of the world's toughest industries. And perhaps the answer has been in front of us all along. Time changes every face, but purpose changes how the world sees that face. Shakira didn't defeat aging. She simply refused to let aging define her. And in a world obsessed with looking younger, that may be the most timeless secret of all.